Okay. Uh, Welcome back. We are doing some Minecraft today. I'm getting to recording this and obviously uploading this a bit late compared to my normal uploads. Okay, my schedule, at least that so far that I've established, has me uploading at noon. However, actually, wait, let me make sure. Yeah. Uh, I went and saw the Minecraft movie. Well, not gonna spoil that, just as I not gonna spoil really anything as best I can. Um, but it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It didn't take itself overly serious like some video game movies tend to do, and then turn out really kind of awkward and not feeling right. And so that was nice. I thought it was well. Wow, I'm really not eloquent. I thought it was I thought it made sense. Yeah. I'll leave it at that, because clearly the English language is failing me. Anyways, so you can see I did a few things. One, obviously, there's the beacon going through there from when I was doing mining out most of the stuff in here. Two, you see there are blocks in here. There's a reason for that. I built a secret door. And so, as you can see, it gives me a fair amount of time to actually, like, go through and such. We'll address the elephant in the room in a second. But this took a little bit of fiddling about to get it to work as intended. Obviously, the door itself is just a fairly standard 3x3. Like, it's not a spiral 3x3 or anything, just a regular. However, uh, this took a little bit of artifice here. This so I at some point like in the last, I think, month or so, I ended up watching this YouTube video of this guy who made a form of like switching train tracks, right? And um, basically he like whenever he would be approaching the his track junction, there would be some like grass blocks and like some pistons. And so you can make a path block there. You can see it pushes out a block to cover it, and then that'll reset the path block. But it sees that you created a path block, and so actually I can kind of explain this here. So I actually really like the way it's designed. It's pretty neat in my opinion, and simple. So when a grass block becomes a path block, it becomes a transparent block, right? So it'll actually let this string go through correctly, like the redstone string go through correctly. And so, like, do this. Oh, I might have fucked it up. Oh, I tilled the wrong block. Not tilled. Let's do this so I can actually show this properly. So you can see that this here is powered, and so whenever I make that a path block, it actually lets the signal through because that's a transparent block. And that activates all of everything else, um, including this piston to shove this block over and reset it. And then we'll go down here. And so down here is a couple pulse extenders I made so that it would actually set, um, trigger the door properly and all that. The way I ended up having to do this little I guess like power elevator was a little weird. You can see it kind of like twists around and stuff, and you can actually see it here where it just like continues twisting around because it let me make the door have a smaller footprint, I guess. So I can show you here in a second. So it doesn't look quite so massive. Like, yeah, this is actually kind of a decent sized chunk of the building here. That's like, ooh, like 4 blocks. Yeah, not counting that one. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 blocks. And it extends like almost all the way in. Granted, some of it's 2 blocks, like right here and here, but it's not terrible. And it kind of ended up working out nicely. Like it comes together smoothly here because I've got a relatively rounded shape thing going on here. But like if you open up that wall, you can see the redstone torch elevator just to like send the power up to the correct place. Yeah. I I really like how it turned out. I think it turned out well. So that's the correct block. Mm. Yeah, I just really like this design. It's really nice looking, and it's a good hidden door. You can actually, unless you know it's there, you technically would never have any idea. And then just a simple button for us to get out. So, back to the elephant in the room. I did a little bit of digging. I also filled in everything with deep slate and put in some lights. That took a decent couple hours, even with the haste beacon. Also, I somehow came out 1 deep slate more than earlier. Whatever. Yeah. So, like, initially, this had been a pretty good-sized room, but between the cutout for the stairs, because I wanted this kind of rounder shape language here, and the door pushing in, and the button here, there really is not a lot of room. And, like, if I'm remembering correctly, yeah, like, there just is not room here for much with how the redstone is set up. And so I kind of had to have it here. I would have liked for it to be like at least 1 more block inwards, but it just like it wasn't really working with my space down there unless I wanted to do some kind of weird stuff and extend it out a good ways. So now the initial plan kind of is gone. I'm not really sure what I want to do up here. It's kind of awkward. But I now have this really neat kind of stairway down. The beacon will end up going eventually. And then here is the bottom. And we have what will eventually be the actual proper smeltery bit. Yeah. So I think we'll have I think we'll do like 1 proper super smelter, if you know what that is. Like right here. And then mostly decorational bits here. That sounds good. for those of you that don't, a super smelter is a bunch of furnaces, or blast furnaces, it'll be in this case, lined up in a row. And like some minecart tracks going back and forth along the top and sides of it with some hoppers under them feeding into all the furnaces, keeping them stocked. And so you'll throw in whatever ore you've got into the top, and it'll eventually spit it all out into this bottom furnace. Like a chest here at the bottom. It's a pretty simple little thing, but it can be quite loud with the minecarts moving back and forth, which is part of the reason why I wanted it down there, so it wouldn't be nearly so loud. I realize now, I have not really set up for any of this. That's mildly unfortunate. There we go. Oh shoot. Well, I should have checked how many blast furnaces I was gonna use. Alright. So 5? I think I want to shove it out to 7. 7 sounds good. Unless I do... I kind of want to do 8, just for, like, an even distribution, since more than likely I'm going to be putting things in the super smelter in full stacks of, like, 64, so it'll distribute out to, like, 8 per furnace, and thus use up only 1 coal. So probably for efficiency's sake, I'll do 8. And I'll probably have a spacer block in the middle. So it'll go like that. I've also done a fair amount of nether excursions in search for pigstead. I have not yet found it, unfortunately. So I'm unfortunately stuck with other side and mall for the moment. So I'm gonna need 40 iron for the blast furnaces. I'm gonna need a bit more for the other parts of it. Do I have any smooth stone left? I hope so. That is looking like a negative, Ghost Rider. As you can see, my storage is kind of spilling over. I don't quite have enough storage anymore. Well, I guess I'll be smelting up a new stack. Well, that's kind of annoying. At least they're blast furnaces, so it should get done pretty soon. I need rails. Oh, right. I put them all up here. So I need, like, what? I think 2 powered rails, but I'll take all of them in case. And, like, a stack and a half or so of rail, just to be pretty sure. Some hoppers. Sure. I know we'll need some chests. I'll take some planks for more chests. Ooh, I'm gonna need more than that. Okay. So that's another 16 chests worth. I don't know if that'll be enough. We need at least 16 hoppers. Which point? I'm really taxing my iron supplies here. So that's all for that for the main intakes. Ooh, I'm gonna need at least another 8 for output. And we'll bring another half stack for good measure. Oops. Cool. And so we'll turn all of that into hoppers. I think that'll be enough. And then this is also almost done, conveniently. Need... No, I don't. I can just make levers. I have cobble down there. Chests. I'll need, what, 2 mine carts? One, 2. I think we're good. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. Use those. We'll bring a stack of cobble. And we'll go ahead and make our blast furnaces. It could do with like a bit quicker opening once activated, but I think I'll leave that to another time. So we'll do what, like something like that, and that'll give me room to do stuff in the back. Bam. Sure. Where did I put my scaffolding? Nice. Just long enough that I can run out and go grab scaffolding and run back. Okay. Okay. So we'll do 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Let's do one of those. We'll do one of these. Nice, and that provides a kind of access back there. I think we'll do... I'll need a power rail in the center. Do this, do this. is kind of awkward. Because I could, I guess, do kind of a little S, like right here, and leave it open for this. I'm not sold on that, though. Mm-mm. Ah! Well, I could also open up the wall a little bit, I suppose. So if we open it up like that much, go ahead and fill that in. Fill this in. Bam. Bam. Okay. Scrap that. So for rails, we'll go boop, 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 boop. Now, I'm not 100% sure on how you're supposed to get it to bounce back properly. So it'll go back over. Hmm. I think, so I guess we should try this. Well, let's do this. If we do power rail here, do this. No, how do we power this? How do we power both while not locking these hoppers? There we go. That's how we power it without locking both hoppers. Okay. Uh-oh. That's not great. That's not great. Oh, shoot. Hmm. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that then. We'll do this. Destroy that. Give me this, give me this. Okay. Shoot. So it'll need to be let's uh-oh. Come on. Let's bring scaffolding and widen this. Okay. I have a little more space. I should have thought about that. Whatever. Okay, that looks like it should do its job properly. So now if I do this, yeah, it looks like it's working, right? Okay, this. Hmm, interesting. I'm not really sure how to go about this and keep it working properly. So those are 6. That's 8, 9, 9, 9, 8. So it just ran out. Three. Yeah. Hmm. I could maybe move this here so that it goes 2, 2, and 2, and 2 here instead of 3, 1, 3, 1. So 2, 2, 2, 2. And then replace this and this with a power drill. That might work. Okay. Let's collect my cobble back. So I want it to distribute evenly, which is like the whole point of using 8. Alright. So at that point we need to go do this. We'll go ahead and oh, I should have done this earlier. And so this, let's throw that right here for now. Keep it lit. And so this will be our output chest. We'll put a little hopper. Like that. Perfect. So we'll go blast furnace. Is that facing the right way? Yes. Thank you. We're gonna need more hoppers. Okay. So there's that, at least. We'll do... Oops. There we go. That was kind of awkward. We'll do this. We'll do this. Power rail, power rail. regular rails here. I'm gonna need to block, slab. There we go. Blocks. Oh, I can't slab it yet. Because I need the rail to do the rail thing. Now I can slab it. There. So if can I... That works. Nice. That's way nicer looking than just having the extra block there. However, it won't power this, regrettably. Okay. So if I take this out, place that with... Oh... Place that with a regular rail. And then... minecart chest. Okay. Well, that goes. Actually. Oh, damn. I was hoping. That would have been neat if I could have done that little trick, but no. It was not meant to be. Okay. Alright then. So it might still run into the same issue. We'll see here in a minute. It is nearly out. So we're at 10, 12. Oh, fuck. What the? These numbers are somehow even more inconsistent. How did that happen? Most curious. Let's give it another try. Let it go a few runs. Once it's out, we'll look again. Six, 5, 11, 9, 12. Oh. Oh boy. So, this will be the super smelter here, as mentioned. Everything else in here is going to be decorative. I'm not 100% sure what I'll have that look like. So I still like the workstation idea of having like like smaller kind of individual forges for working on individual things. Like one is an armory, I guess, and works on armor, and so like by it there's an armor stand with like maybe some iron or something, like iron armor. Another one works on like proper weapons. And so there's like blanking item frames with like iron axe, iron swords, stuff like that. And then another maybe toolsmith, so it's all tools. Not 100% sure. I think I also want to use lava. Cliche as hell, but the look is good, especially with deep slate. Gives it a little pop of color. I'm not sure how I want to kind of reconcile that with the redstone lights, because I really like the redstone lamps. They look really neat in here. They give it kind of a I don't know, like almost like a science lab-ish, like a tech lab of some kind. So I'm not sure how to reconcile like the lava and the workshops with the redstone lamps. Also, thinking about it, maybe I don't use deep slate for like furniture in here, just so it's not all dark as hell. Maybe I use quartz, so I could like change these out for slabs. When I'm assuming I even go through with it, if I make those kind of workstation deals I was mentioning, maybe use those like with quartz. Options. Decisions. I also just had an idea of maybe like kind of like two lava falls. Maybe either here or here, not on the very outside or inside. So so either of these two blocks on both sides, and they run down and down into like a trough like this, and that would kind of go around some ways. I like that thought. Yeah, that sounds neat. Granted. Ooh. So, I'd probably do it, I think, here. Here or here? One or the other. And as I've been pondering this, I do think I want to have it on this one. I think that would look better. Or would it? No. Okay. Yeah, I think this one, because I might do like slabs on this block to help kind of contain the lava, but you can still kind of see the lava peeking up and over. Yeah. Okay. And then it'll run along like this. So we'll dig out. Oh, I forgot about my diggings down in here in order to make proper, well, really just to put the flooring in under the beacon. Okay, and then do something like this. Uh-oh. Well, not quite like that. Yeah. And then Sure. Like that. And have it stop there. Yeah. Okay. And so we'll do the same over here. That's all right. Where are we stopping? Right here? Yeah. Wait. I stopped here. Okay. And that'll get filled with lava. Okay. Up we go. Yeah. Grab a couple buckets. Would have a few somewhere. Killed some more. Got some more withers. Got some more wither skulls so I can make more beacons eventually. Just not there yet at the moment. Oh, buckets. Where? I should have buckets. Where? Where? You also probably saw in that chest I started working on enchanting up a... also shears. Enchanting up some crossbows and stuff. Not done. Just haven't really done a lot of leveling. Swear I had buckets. I put them... oh, yeah, I did put grass blocks there. Where did my buckets go? Okay, I shall consign myself to making more buckets. So, that'll need more cauldrons. Meaning more iron. Oh boy. I suppose I don't need to. I can just get it all from the nether. Okay. Come on. I know I have dripstone points somewhere. Where? Definitely gonna need a proper storage system somewhere. Because holy... I don't remember where anything is. I had like a stack. Where did they go? Oh. There. That's where. Alright then. Let's go ahead and... construct the lava farm. Oh, I'm dumb. Bam, 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 bam. There. Dripstone. Ooh, okay, I don't want to do that. I was going to just like water bucket up to the top and then lava, but there's a bunch of flowers and stuff around. So I will not. Oh, right. So, actually, there's a bunch of vines from when I was growing jungle trees. And I let the vines go all the way down. Okay. Well, let's go down here. I won't need a lot of iron after all, because all of the things I wanted to make with iron are actually down here. So this is where I started just mining for netherite, and where I got like I think I got like 4 ingots worth down here. Just mined out this massive area, and then I think over there I started doing a bed mine tunnel. Yeah. At the same time, I had hoped to generate lava, like this. However, I suspect at this point, you have to have a full lava source block above it. Because I know this works, the dripstone thing, but it hasn't been, at least with this. It's like, um, obviously I just put lava here and just let it flow and cover that. But it has not been doing anything, so unfortunately, it looks like that I cannot be cheap with it. And so I had hoped to just do this and let this run and get free lava while I was doing all this. Also, oh, well, there's some of my buckets. You can see I started a little bit of a thing here, so I could have just a shitload of nether wart or nether brick. Just all of the random trappings that come with farming some of this. Extra blackstone, gravel I mine, nether quartz, that kind of deal. Do I want to dismantle this? I kind of do. Yeah, I'll dismantle it. That's a fair amount of XP. Uh, okay. Sure. There we go. We'll throw that in there. Ugh, my inventory is a nightmare right now. Well, let's do some consolidating here. Move a little bit of stuff out of here so I've got a little more room for activities. And then I'll put all of this in that bottom chest. I don't like that you can't just like shift click things into the crafting table. It makes some sense, but it's kind of annoying sometimes that you can't. Ready? And that's most of it. is quite a bit. I can always reassemble it if I need to. Oh, we don't have to. This is quite a lot of nether brick, and I can always dismantle a fortress if need be. Alright. More chests. And we'll fill up with lava. I also, as you'll see here in a moment, was taking lava in order to serve as the fuel source for my furnace. Ah, shit. Well, fire prot is useful when I'm not trying to go swimming in the lava. Okay. And I unfortunately wasted a bucket. Sure. I mean, we have a fair amount there, though. Alrighty. While we're in the nether, I may as well show you my... Obviously, you can see I died over there. My, my rough wither skeleton farm. I just made a massive platform. Oh, it actually did drop a skull. The inventory's a bit strained. What would I even want to drop here? Sticks. Easily the least valuable thing here, but just giant platform. And I did a fair amount of just like mining out staircases so that I could kill piglins and stuff to allow spawn rates to keep going. Yeah. Stair there, stair there, stair there, and I built up a bunch of these to keep spawns out of particular areas. It's done a pretty decent job to be a wither farm, considering like it's built in the nether waste, so I still get like piglin spawns and all of that. So it's by no means maximum efficiency, but it's way better than otherwise. Just having a big flat open area is quite helpful. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize that one had grown. Also, this... I thought those were supposed to grow berries at some point, but maybe not. Where am I going? Yeah, because the answer is the wrong way. I will include one reference to the Minecraft movie. The nether wart being there is maybe a little bit dangerous with how close it is to the portal. We shall see if anyone might recognize it. The inventory's full, so I'm going to need to drop off. Okay, so we want it to go here, down. We'll do this, 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 this. And then we'll... Ooh, that's awkward. Do that. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do this. And it is not this block, but that one. Give me my torch, please. And I think that should flow how I want it. Yeah! Okay. Nice. Alright. Now I try and not lose my scaffolding to the lava. There. Cool. And that'll spread along some ways. Okay, I have two options, I guess. I could do like this, which looks okay. Or I could do stairs. And I'm leaning towards stairs. So that helps. Yeah, that makes it look smoother rather than the blocky transition here. But I don't know. There's a certain charm to it kind of being like blocky like this, and it looking like a full block just offset, just obviously because it's slabs. If you're not like actively looking for the seam in it being right there, and it being even on top of just this and all that, and it's not terrible. What's this book? I don't like how much lava is exposed as part of it. At least with the slabs, I mean. And unfortunately, we are losing. I think we lost 2 slabs. Okay. We'll do just lava all the way down. So we'll do the same trick here. Put block, 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 block. Not that one. This one. There we go. Sick. So that should flow all the way down. Oh no. No, 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 no. Cease! Shoot. Why did that lava flow not do the same? That's annoying. And now I get to lose a bunch. Ah! Shit! Why are you like this? Oh. Shit. Okay, well... That's irritating. I know why. Because I didn't dig the block down like I did for this one. At least I'm pretty sure I did. Let me double check. I can always refill this one. Yep. Well then. That's, again, awkward. Alrighty. We'll let that continue flowing down. This. There we go. That should do the trick. And then we'll stair this here. Let's make sure this does the thing properly. It is. Where did... Oh, right. I have a bunch of buckets, that's why. The fire is more of an annoyance than anything, just because fire res is really effective. I might put another set of stairs along here. How's that look? I like that. Okay. We'll do that. More stairs, please. Smooths things out. I think we'll do... Whoa. Not full blocks. Slabs, please. Slabs to make it look like it's, like, actually kind of contained. Yeah, well, and it gives it kind of this tiered look, so it's even more rounded in shape. So go bam, close another block, and yet more blocks. We're gonna need probably another half stack of stairs. Ooh. Yeah! Good timing. Okay. It stays open for a good amount of time, which is nice. Maybe we slap that and this. We'll go ahead and do the rest. Okay. Yeah, that's acceptable. Alright. Well, I think that'll do for now. Oh, yeah, that's sick. Okay. Yeah, that'll do for now. I think we're running about an hour on this episode already. But, hey, looks good. We've made some decent progress as far as figuring out actual design. I'm gonna have to do, I suspect, a fair amount of tinkering to try and get this one perfected. I hope I don't have to just like move the whole thing out a few blocks, so a block or two, so that it's just like a straight line of furnaces. That would be kind of lame if I had to do that, because the rounded look is just more interesting. But it's entirely probable that I have to. That, or I might have to do a weird thing where like the track comes out one extra block than where the furnaces are. That that actually might be the trick. I don't know. I'll mess with it. Also slowly continue filling the lava trough here. Any any suggestions y'all have, both on like on fixing this, because I would really love for this to be consistent and not kind of funky like it is. So if you have any suggestions or knowledge on how to fix this, even if the only answer is literally just put it all in a straight line forehead, that is more of an answer than nothing and would be appreciated. Also, suggestions for how I do the workshop portion out here for the more decorative bits also would very much be appreciated. I think um, having it having the workshops be built somewhat over it, like a little bit of a bridge, and then an opening where clearly that's where it gets placed, like you, like it, the opening is used to do the actual smelting and stuff. We can have like cauldrons of water down here to serve to act as like quenching. I don't know, barrels. I don't know what they usually use to actually hold the water, but whatever, quenching. Uh, for the whole tempering and stuff, tempering and hardening. For any of you that have just had that weird, I don't know if it's necessarily weird, but that just random interest of like, ooh, blacksmithing, kind of interesting. Is that's been me at least a little in part over the years. Just I don't know, the appeal of it, just like the appeal of having swords. Maybe it's a guy thing. Mm, maybe it's a girl. I have hell. I don't know. Just interesting. I read a lot of fantasy, so that probably does not help. Ugh, I hope I'm not gonna lose these iron blocks. I am probably gonna dismantle the beacon here too, because I don't really need it for down here anymore. I cleared out the space. I did basically all of the main filling in as far as how I'm gonna have it set up. So there won't be a ton of like mining and then replacing, because that was a fair amount of this once I actually even mined it and then went through to actually do the replacing. But yeah, I'll probably move this out of here so it's just not in the way, and obviously would get a better fuller look and patch that hole up. So yeah, please by all means give me suggestions for this place, because it's kind of complicated. It's become definitely more complicated than I was originally thinking here. Speaking of, uh, I might change this out for a block. I don't know. just lots of random small thoughts of, but what this, what this, what this. So we'll have to figure that one out. But as always, I appreciate y'all being here, and I hope you will excuse my tardiness in this upload. It'll be some like 10 hours later than I normally have my upload set for Fridays, but yeah, whatever. Also, I guess if you have any good ways or knowledge on how to maybe help, I guess, soundproof the mic a little bit so that you're not hearing quite so much just, I don't know. I'm seeing OBS pick it up sometimes. It's not terribly consistent. I don't know how well that mic filter is doing. But ideally, I'd like to try and filter out the keyboard noise. It's not a super terribly loud keyboard in the first place, which is nice, but just rather obviously not have the background noise. My knowledge on how this works, or at least the extent of it, is basically like press record, stop record, and then my what's it called? The one filter I made for trying to make it a little less, like, tone down the keyboard clicky clacky noise a bit, which as far as I've seen seems to have improved, but the goal is to improve it further as we go. Yeah. Again, appreciate y'all for being here. Do the YouTube things, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.